Is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Desire to Inspire. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
Yeah.
This is probably the best I'm feeling hopping on one of these in a while. No technical issues. We got to chop it up for a little bit beforehand. So I'm feeling good, Freddie. How you feeling?
Feeling good, brother. Feeling good. I can sense your energy. I know every time I bring it up, you're like, no, man, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I'm like, dude, something's different. And so I know you've had a lot of commotion and
No,
chaos going
I'm
on
just
in your
home.
life. Yo,
Dude, I fucking feel healthy. Let me tell you, being home for a week, dude, it's insane how much healthier I feel right now.
I try to tell you that guy that you're going to be living close to in Arizona is bad news. I know he tries to blame you, but
I think it's a combination. I think it's just we're both social people, and it's not good to
yeah,
get us together.
no, it's
We fuel
not.
each other's fire a bit too much.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But like you said, I mean, you guys both have that persona of where's Dylan? Where's Justin? We need
Yeah,
their
dude.
energy, this and that. Like, why aren't they here?
It's the
And
fucking
so,
party starters, man. We're the glue that holds it all together, which is
yeah,
not a
and
good
also
thing.
tears it apart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad that you're back in your element. I know that you told me since you've been home, you lost some weight just because, cleaning up that diet, which doesn't
I
surprise
don't.
me.
My diet actually wasn't that bad. It was the alcohol, but I had a
That,
few
yeah,
drinks and I've been home too.
yeah, I know you and Dami got after it the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, you know what she did, bro? So yesterday was her birthday at the
Okay.
time of filming this, but she was like, over the weekend, she was like, "We should just go out for my birthday now because we're not gonna be." She didn't know when her first day of work would be, like her
Hmm.
first real day. She had like orientation the day before her birthday. She's like, "I don't know when I'll work. Let's just go out now." So we go out to dinner for her birthday. Then Sunday, she convinces me, "Let's go." It's like our home bar is what we call it. It's like
Yeah.
it's not a dive, but it's not anywhere. I think it's a dive. It's more just like a little local spot, and like banging wings. It's our place to go. So I'm like, all
Okay.
right, we'll go. We haven't been there in months. We'll go. And it just spirals out of control. She just keeps wanting to go do stuff for her birthday. I'm like, we just celebrated your birthday yesterday. So then her real birthday rolls around. She's off, and she's like, hey, I just made lunch reservations. I'm like, we got a third birthday meal on the agenda here, man. Like, Jesus. She was just telling me, she's like, I don't really care about my birthday this year. It's not that big of a deal.
Isn't she 25?
Yeah.
I
When we
feel
just
like the
fucking
next
celebrate for 3 days.
good as you should. Mine's coming
Nah, I'm
up.
not a
Yeah,
birthday guy.
she posted, oh, I'm a big birthday guy. I think we talked about this last week, but she posted that what was it, her quarter century birthday or whatever
Quarter
females
century
call it.
queen.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I coined that term and she wouldn't even give me credit, bro.
That's
We
fucked.
just talked about it on our podcast too. I was like, this is some bullshit.
um, but yeah, so I saw that. Oh, and then she was like, Leo something, and I was like, yeah, Leo gang. Don't know what it
She's
means, but
big in the
gang.
Leo game, bro. Lions are cool though. I fuck with that.
Lions.
Yeah, dude.
Where did a lion come in? Is that
So
what
I
the
think
sign is?
I think so. I think that's like your
Oh,
animal thing,
oh,
whatever.
yeah. That's how little I know about it.
Leo, lion, bro. Come on.
Let's spit some knowledge to these people, man. I feel like we
That's what we've been doing, dude.
yeah, you ain't wrong.
No,
I
I'm
feel
lying.
like
Let's
we've
learn knowledge.
been having a lot of
Casual
catch up.
convos.
Yeah, I like those ones. But I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot lately.
All
My
right, what you
mind
thinking
has
about?
my mind doesn't stop racing lately. As you know, that I can't share right now. There's a lot that might be happening in my life.
Mm-hmm. I
Um
meant to ask you about that before we hopped on here, bro, and I totally forgot.
so with that, I'm just the motors turning on, how do I, as the kids call it, level up? How do I keep going? How do I stay motivated, ambitious? How do I not lose sight of like the dreams that I have set out
Bro, I
there?
don't know if the kids call it level up anymore. I feel like there's got to be like a new word. That seems kind of old school.
Well,
I
we're
say
gonna,
level up, but I
yeah.
feel like that might be old school at this point. But anyway, continue,
I'm
proceed.
I'm looking outside. I'm sorry to be distracted, but it is raining for the second day in a row, and I feel like Jesus
Yikes.
is just blessing us. We
Oh, you
needed
need
it.
the rain?
Yeah, it's been July. We set the for the third highest year. We set the most days over 105.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so it was by far the hottest summer since I've been down here, and
Y'all are
this
humid too.
yeah, and this it's just amazing that it's raining again because it probably hasn't rained in 2 months. I went golfing at my uncle's country club. Bro, the ponds had maybe like 3 foot of water in it, if that. And so like everything is just dried up. So it's cool to see the water or the rain come down, because hopefully that'll cool things off this week. We had for the first time in like 6 weeks, temps below 100 degrees.
Damn, there you go.
Yeah, so big time, baby. But with that, my mind's been running a lot just because there could be potential a lot of changes and things like that. And I talked to, and I made a Facebook post about this I was telling you about. And I talked to so many people day in and day out, and every single person, there's not one, has something that they want different in their life, whether that's a personal goal, whether that's leaving work, whether that's making amends with a friend. Like there is something in their life that they want to change. I always hone in and focus on like the mental and physical side.
Yeah.
And so with that, the people that I talk to, it's like, well, shit, let's jump on a call. Let's talk about it. Let's get you to like the goals you want to do. I don't have the money right now. I don't have the time right now. I don't have this. I don't have that. And it's like, you fucking have every single thing that you just said under the sun and more. And so I started to think, and I want your intake on this. Instead of say I come and I'm like, I want to lose weight, but I don't have the time to go to the gym, and I don't have the time to carve out 45 minutes of my day because I'm so busy and work and everything like this. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I just can't do it. So it's like, okay, if there's so many people that don't have the time and they can't do it because of some external factor coming into their life because they're so busy, then what steps and actions could we take? And so my brain started working, and it's like, all right, this is the roadblock. How do we get over the roadblock? And it's like, instead of adding to their day by telling them to go to the gym, or adding to their day by cooking home cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what can I do to assist them in order to reach that goal that doesn't involve money and that doesn't involve adding more to their plate? And so I started thinking, and it's like, okay, let's do like a removal process, or let's do, okay, you're doing this right now. Let's stop doing that by 50% and see what happens. So for instance, say every day you drink 5 Cokes. Okay, well,
It's insane to me how common that is.
yeah.
I drink one and I feel like I'm going to explode.
I would drink pop all the time if I could, because I love carbonation, but that's why I drink the like seltzer waters or whatever they are, like LaCroix and stuff. Not a sponsor. But, and so that's like where I'm getting at, is my wheel started turning. And it's like, okay, these people can't add something to their life and they don't have the time to do something. So let's evaluate what you're doing as a whole. And so let's say, okay, you have a desk job. And so you get up in the morning, you get dressed, you get in your car, you go to work, you sit at your desk, you get off of work, you go home, cook dinner, sit on the couch, probably averaging 2,500 steps maybe throughout the day. Let's say your goal is to lose weight. Okay, so that's one area that we can improve. So what does that look like? Okay, well, instead of, I don't know, keeping those 5 Cokes at your desk, let's keep those 5 Cokes in the fridge. So that way, every time you finish one, you got to go up. But instead of having the Cokes, now and you get a refill of it. So not only are you drinking better, you're not getting those calories from the sugar that are turning into fats. You're getting less energy because it's draining you. Not only is the caffeine draining you because you have too much, but the sugar is also draining you. So now you're getting the water, and now you're getting more steps. And guess what? You didn't change any patterns in your day. You didn't change, or it didn't charge you any money. You're actually probably saving money. And now your patterns are starting to evolve into something that would be a healthier lifestyle that will lead you to see results, whether you feel it physically or feel it mentally or see it physically. And so I don't know, it's just the thought process that I've been having lately on like how to help people that live in this world that's so fucking busy for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I do think that that's possible for most people. I agree, but I want to preface it by saying that for a majority of you, you're not too busy to like not go to the gym, or not even to go to the gym, to not work out 90 minutes a week.
1,000%.
Like there's something in your life that it's just not important to you at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you want to change, and I genuinely believe that these people do want to change. It's just a lot harder for them to take action than it is to complain and to make excuses.
Yep.
So they don't do it because at the end of the day, like just like in your scenario, you come home, you cook dinner, you sit on the couch. When you're sitting on the couch, could you not just be walking, or could you not literally anything at home? You can do if you are someone who's overweight, you're not looking to like become a bodybuilder or like some kind of like you're not like you're just looking to generally lose weight and get healthier.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is your body. Like there's enough for you to do, even 15 minutes in front of the TV. I'm not even asking you to cut out Netflix. Like just do something at home. But
Yep.
I at the same time, there is those people who have demanding careers, they have families, they have all this stuff where it is a lot harder. So in that case, I do think that it's yes, it's as simple as just kind of moving a few things around in life. And I don't think it's going to get you to exactly where you want to be, but it's going to start to get you on that path, and then that's going to help motivate you. Because I think that
Ex-
that's the biggest factor is you have no motivation because you are at your low point. Like when you're at your lowest point, you're not thinking about what can I do tomorrow. You're thinking about what's a year down the road, but that's not realistic.
yeah. And that's where I'm getting at. So you just hit on where like tier two would come in. So this first track is getting on the path. What path am I getting on? The path to lose weight. How can I do that? We're going to increase, stepping. We're going to increase what you're eating or drinking and substitute that for something different.
Mm-hmm.
Not drastic changes, doesn't cost any more money. You're just creating new habits and patterns. And so then once you're on that path, then it's like, okay, damn, I'm feeling a little bit better. Shit, Dylan, I'm sleeping a little bit better. I got more energy. I don't want to go to bed at 9 o'clock anymore, or I don't want to go to bed at 7 o'clock anymore when I'm done eating dinner, sitting on the couch. Now I want to get up and I want to go outside. I want to get the fresh air. Now phase two comes in because all of those little things that you changed are now increasing your vision and perception of what you want for yourself. So now instead of being like, okay, like I might want to lose weight, but like I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have this. All of those little habits are then going to be like, damn, I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to look better. Okay, what happens now if I take this and I increase it to X? And so instead of doing this little things, maybe I make an adjustment here. And whether that's, riding a bike, uh, going on a further walk outside, doing push-ups in home, whatever it is, if it's a physical thing that you're trying to get better at. But what I'm saying is these patterns that you're starting to create open up your vision to have the mind of like, wow, now I really want to achieve this task because I see how good I'm feeling. So imagine if I get here. And then it's like, okay, well, how do I get there? It's daunting, it's scary, but then you get there because you're increasing those little habits and patterns again. To the next point, you're like, holy shit, I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
drinking pop anymore. I'm not eating shitty. And then it's like, okay, well, what do I want to do now? Like now I lost 12 pounds. What do I do now? And it's like, oh, I want to get a little bit stronger. Boom. Now you're hitting the weights at the gym instead of just using like the cardio machines. And now you're cooking dinner instead of eating out because you feel better and you want to like have better energy from the food you take in. Or you start reading more because instead of sitting on the couch watching Netflix, now you turn that off and now you're reading more. That's influencing you in another way in your life, if it's a motivational book or whatever it is. And so exactly what you said is that like once you get on that beaded path, then you're going to start seeing the patterns. And now you're going to know how to step, where to step, and what to do.
Yeah,
And
those patterns
instead,
are going to become normalized. Like once it seems so daunting at the beginning, but like after you do it for so long, now that's your baseline. Like you've just changed your baseline. Like you said earlier, you leveled up. So now this all seems normal. So we can just keep adding without it feeling like this overwhelming thing. It's just my entire life is different. I like from one day to the next because it shouldn't
yep,
be that. I
yep,
think that's the biggest, honestly, problem that I have with in person personal trainers, like the people who are at the gym.
mm-hmm,
I'm not, this isn't a knock. This isn't saying like that what they do can't benefit people because I think that it does for certain people. But the thing is, like, it's expensive for one. Like,
yeah,
it's like 50, $60 an hour. And you're with them maybe 2 to 3 times a week for those 2 to 3 hours. And the whole time you're there, they're explaining to you what you're doing and you're working out. Like, you're not focused on diet, you're not focused on outside of the gym. And I don't think that it's talked about it enough in the fitness industry because it kind of is counterintuitive to what we do. but we just talked about it before we got on this call. 5% of your progress is made in the gym. The other 95% is what you do. Like, I'm in the gym for 45 minutes to an hour a day. That is such a minuscule part of my week. So maybe 4 to 5 hours a week I work out.
Yep.
Out of a whole week, like everything else matters way more than that.
Yep. Yep. And that's the thing. It's like, I mean, you probably notice it as well, but even in the commercial gym I was going to, and even at my apartment gym where I see 1% of the traffic that my commercial gym saw, is that once Wednesday gets here, them people that go at the same routine time as you do, they don't come on Wednesday. They might come in on Thursday. They ain't coming Friday. They ain't going Saturday. They ain't going Sunday. And like some of the days you need to have off, but there's so many people that are like, I'm going to start this week strong. And then guess what? They fall off on Wednesday because their friends are like, oh, let's go to a happy hour or Thursday. And then they're like, I already fucked up on Thursday. I don't need to go Friday. Now I'll just start again next week.
It's a snowball effect.
Yep. And so that's the same thing, is once you get those routines and habits, it's hard to break them. And so that's why I love that we have the group that we do, because this is another thing that I've been like reflecting on lately, that I truly believe that every single person I have in my life and every single person that I surround myself with or encounter with, I make their lives better. And it's not me being selfish. It's not me being arrogant. It's not me being cocky, but the way that I structure my life and the views and outputs and the things that I've been through have been able to give me the stories, the background, the experiences, the perception of life and how I look at things in order to help make people's lives better and to make them realize the things that they don't have top of mind right now. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about their family and how they haven't seen their or talked to their sister in like a year. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, you're a better human than that. I was, well, what am I going to call him for, this and that? I'm like, because like you have nephews, check in on them, like all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I truly feel in every facet and aspect of life, I bring some sort of value to everybody that I encounter because of the outlooks and the things that I've been through and this like drive that I have, both around mental and physical health, that I see things and patterns in people because I went through them once before. I helped somebody like through them because of my own experiences.
Yeah, I don't even think it has to be like a direct impact either. Like, I don't think it necessarily has to be like a conversation or like something you did for them. I think it's literally just displaying like who you are as a person. Because I feel the same way. But I feel like just me being myself, like you can just see it and it has an impact on you. Know what I mean?
Yeah, comes organically.
Yeah, and like I'm not one to preach to somebody. Like if you don't want to hear it, I'm not going to preach it to you.
Yeah,
and like people make jokes and stuff, but the fact that like people make jokes about it to me, I'm like, okay, so you're conscious of it, like you're aware of it. Then
yeah,
you know, like you obviously see what's going on, like it's impacting you in some way for you to even fuck around about it.
Yep. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah. And going back to like creating those patterns and habits in your life to like see the outcome. I mean, you see for those 2 months that when you were in Arizona, just like drinking a little more, how like your body felt and like you gained like a tiny bit of weight. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but I'm just saying is like once you start getting into a routine, it's easier to do that. And then you get farther away from like that progress or something that you made. And so there's areas in my life, I'm just using that because it was something we touched on earlier in this, but it's just everything is routine and we need to keep top of mind all of the different things that are going on in life and realize that like minor adjustments or changes in our daily life can actually have tremendous impact.
Way more than you even realize.
Way more. And it like goes back to when we talked about the mental state. What was it, like 3-4 weeks ago, where if you're struggling mentally, it's like, okay, it fucking sucks. Everything under the sun, you don't want to do this and that. Like it is hard to get out of that rut, but take your dog out for a walk. And this is what I touched on is like, you grab the leash, you put the collar on, you open the door, you go outside, you go on a walk, you're listening to music or you're talking to somebody, you get back in. And even if it was a 5 or 10 minute walk, that was 5 or 10 minutes. You weren't thinking about what that mental stuff was that was trying to pull you down. And now you get home and you're like, oh, damn, I'm kind of hot. Like I need to take a shower. Go in the shower, you turn the shower on, you take a shower, you might have a little breakdown in there, but then you turn it off, you get ready for bed, like whatever it is, you're constantly keeping your mind active. And for every second that you're not able to sit on the couch and think about what your mind's trying to tell you that is false, that's not fucking true, you're substituting with something else. And so now you start going on the walks, or you go and like read a book and you get through 2 pages. Like, okay, you get through 2 pages. Like, don't knock yourself for only getting through 2 pages because you're struggling mentally and you
Two more
couldn't
pages
focus.
than you read yesterday.
Exactly. And so I tell myself this all the time. Like, dude, I get at myself all the time, beat myself up. Oh, you could have
Everybody
done
does.
this, or you should do that, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like the other day, Lauren was like, well, you're in a bad mood, blah, blah, blah. And like prior to that, say it was a couple of weeks or whatever, she's like, you never complain. You always like, you don't say you ever feel bad, or you don't ever say that you're not happy with the way
Don't
you look.
vocalize that shit.
I don't. And so that's the thing, is like, I don't talk about it. But the other day,
It
I was like,
amplifies it, because if you did, they're not gonna like, they're just gonna throw gas on it. They're gonna like validate the reasons you're complaining.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna be like, don't fucking complain about that, because that's not how we're wired. We're just gonna keep fucking fueling that fire. And now, like, I'm really fucking in a bad spot. I
yeah,
don't vocalize it either, though.
I don't at all. And so like the other day I cooked dinner and I was just like upset. I'm going to say it. I don't care if it sounds like a pussy or whatever, but like, I hated the way I felt. I didn't like the way, like, I was like, I put all this fucking time in. I was seeing results. Now I feel like I'm stagnant, this and that. I feel fat, all that shit. Like, I had those same thoughts. And instead of vocalizing them to like her, or like out to like even you or Matt or something, I was like, don't fucking, you know what you need to do? You know exactly what you've been doing this last month to feel the way you feel right now. I know I need to substitute this stuff out. I know I need to do this. I know the areas I need to improve on. And so then I was just like, all right, let's fucking put our head down and get to work. And that's what I did. And now I'm like over it and feeling good again. But
I'm
it's
literally
just
in the same position right now.
Oh, dude.
Like, this last week, I feel a million times better.
Yeah, same. If you see, no homo, but if you see my like chest, arms, and everything like that compared to what they were like this time last year, bro, it's a crazy difference what protein can do.
Try telling you, bro.
It's insane.
That's all you need.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know. I really think, and I know we're going to continue to brainstorm on this, but I think coming up with a solution, or a not marketing branded something, but just like a communication platform where it's like focused solely around changing little habits in your day-to-day life to then get you to the next step, to the next step, to then the grand scale. We're gonna keep brainstorming around this and creating ideas, because I think that's a huge gap, I'm gonna say, in the market that people don't think of. Everybody thinks you always have to add shit to it, add. It's like, hold on, let's step back and let's remove some stuff.
Less is more.
And less is more, and let's tailor that. So you're doing this, let's do this instead. You're doing this, let's do this instead. Next thing you know, your mind's feeling better, your body's feeling better, you're more enjoyable to be around. And so I don't know, it fascinates me, because with little money and little changes in your life, the results can see. So if you paint the fucking picture, like I always say, paint the main picture and then create the plan behind it, and then have action steps, because a plan with no action is going to be nothing. And so it really is just, all right, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to look like. This is how I want to feel. Okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But in order to do X, Y, and Z, I got to go A through Z first.
Bro, this is the most in-depth my whiteboard has ever looked. I have one main thing at the very top, and then the rest is just fucking arms of like, what do I need to do on a monthly, a weekly, and a daily basis in order to hit that?
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's literally just backwards planning. Like, what do you need to do today that's going to get you better to be at that goal? Because you can't focus on that. If you look at that, you're never going to get to it.
Never. And that's the thing. It's the same thing. If you want to lose weight, if you want to be happier up here, do not look at it where it's going to happen tomorrow, or it's going to happen next week, or it's going to happen this month, because it ain't. The little steps are going to make it. So every day you're like, okay, I'm feeling a little better. Fuck, I hit a rut. Oh, I'm feeling it. Fuck, I hit a rut.
Yeah, you can't just focus on where you're at.
No.
Like, I heard this thing yesterday that was literally like, they said like when you're driving, you don't look down at your feet. Like, you're always looking like far in the distance. Like, I was like, ooh, that's kind of fire.
Yeah. It's the same. We've talked about it plenty of times, where like Amazon and technology has just made us think, one, that everything is accessible right at this moment, and two, everything comes right at this moment. And our mental and physical state, that is not the fucking case. it is never going to be the case. And you're always going to have to work on yourself in order to be happy. So evaluate everything to create a new narrative and a new thing, but stop beating yourself up, because 95% of the stuff that we think about in here that we don't share is false and not true. And so
100%.
you're beating yourself up for nothing, and start appreciating the little wins, little tasks, even if that's 1 pound loss or you add one less Coke, whatever it is. Celebrate the small wins, because the
That's
next
one
day you're going to
step
keep
towards
doing it.
that. Yep.
Yes, sir. I
Small
talked a
steps,
lot. I'm
small
sorry.
steps. No, I feel like I did. I feel like I talked a lot this time, so I was trying to pull it back. So I think we're all right. If we both feel like we talked a lot, I feel like we'll be okay.
Yeah. There's a good message in there. I definitely think it could be cleaned up on how I was saying things. But again, it's just been,
It's
it
off the
was,
cuff, baby. We ain't fucking
yeah,
scripted.
literally last night I thought of this thing. I wrote a little bit of a little Facebook post about it. And I was like, this might be good to talk about, because I think it'll make people have like the realization that they really aren't that far off from their goals.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at it from a, oh my God, it's that far away and I have to start here, it looks further than it actually is. But consistency and fucking persistency, that's not even a word.
I think it might
Persistence,
be
maybe.
persistence.
Yeah, persistence.
Persistency kind of sounds cool though.
It does. We're gonna go with it. God, I fuck up every episode.
It's
But
okay.
yeah,
You're uneducated. I get it.
I went to Clearview, bro. What do you expect?
I went to Lorraine. It might be worse.
Yeah, that's it, man. Consistency is key, and always putting a conscious effort. That's probably how I should have phrased it. Putting a conscious effort into those actions and plans to create the overall vision is what's important.
Mm-hmm. That's it, man. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Let's chalk it up as a dub, brother.
I'm hoping I got some fucking fire topics after this weekend.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Enjoy this weekend. We won't touch on it right now, but enjoy
We'll
that.
talk about it.
Live in the moment. And hopefully it's a little life changing for you, man.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
There it
All
is.
right,
Big.
y'all. You know the deal. Have the desire to inspire. We'll talk to y'all next week.
It's on.